In the video I've made a few days ago, in the aftermath of Manchester United's frustrating defeat 3-2 against Arsenal in the league, I showed you how one of the main reasons we lost that game against the Gunners was because of our players' inability to get into empty positions in order for them to receive the ball, hence hindering our build-up play and even leading into individual mistakes that Arsenal have exploited ruthlessly. Well, when I sat on my couch yesterday to watch Manchester United against Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup, not only was I expecting a response in terms of result, but also in terms of seeing how the players are going to change and adapt to the mistakes that they have made in the game against Arsenal. Now, ladies and gentlemen, well, I'm happy to tell you that progress is clear, and that in this video, I'm gonna show you how the Manchester United players' movement without the ball has been key in all three goals that we have scored against Nottingham in our emphatic 3-0 win in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Let's analyze. The first goal we're gonna look at is Marcus Rashford's opening goal in the 5th minute. Now, of course, this goal is the fruit of Marcus Rashford's brilliance as one of the best forwards currently in world football. But I'm gonna show you how Casemiro has been instrumental in us scoring this goal. So let's see. So obviously, throw in for Manchester United. Now, before we get to Casemiro, who is over here and who seems empty at this point, let's focus a little bit on Eriksen. Eriksen here is making a really smart run, dragging this player with him, okay? So this leaves Casemiro empty here. But look at what Serge Aurier is saying. He's saying, guys, and this is Morgan Gibbs-White, right? He's telling him, Morgan, you gotta get Casemiro. So Morgan Gibbs-White obliges. So here he's cutting off the passing lane towards Casemiro. Now, Lisandro Martinez over here needs to find a solution because here he's trapped. He has Malacia over here, David De Gea over there who's telling him to clear it forward. He needs to find a solution. Now, Casemiro is going to provide him with that solution. So, Casemiro right now sees where Morgan Gibbs-White is, so he's going to make a move here in order to offer up a passing option for Lisandro Martinez. Equally, look at what Lisandro Martinez does. Drags the ball. Now, he's got an opening for his right foot. Casemiro is empty. He's got like 3-4 yards of space. He can lift his head. He can make a decision. He sees Marcus Rashford forward. And of course, the rest, we know what happened. We're going to still see it anyway because it's really beautiful. Beautiful run. 2 defenders on Marcus Rashford. So explosive. Goes in there. Favorable rebound, but it doesn't matter. And then beautiful, unpredictable finish with his left foot. But this goal, as brilliant as it is from Marcus Rashford, what Lisandro Martinez and Casemiro did in our own third, was exceptional. And that's what actually allowed us to move the ball efficiently forward for Marcus Rashford to have the opportunity to make this run. So again, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, that's what we want to see from the Manchester United team in the build-up phase. Move into empty positions in order to create chances. Now the second goal, Wout Weghorst's goal, is actually even better. So let's analyze. Of course, Weghorst has been key in us scoring this goal, and I'm going to show you his impact, but also a lot of players participated in this. Anthony, David De Gea, Bruno Fernandes, and Casemiro all had a key role in us scoring the second goal, which was an extremely important goal. So let's see. De Gea gets the ball. Now here, again, credit to David De Gea because he's not known as a sweeper keeper, as a ball-playing goalkeeper. But here he's going to make a very good choice. As you can see, we have a lot of Manchester United players here, but none of them are a good option. In fact, Wan-Bissaka right here, there is actually a Nottingham Forest player right next to him. So what David De Gea is going to do is actually go long towards Anthony. Now, I really like this pass, but not only that, the reason why it was successful is that David De Gea saw the opportunity, but also Anthony was up for it. He made the run quickly and made the run soon. Now, 2 players that you need to focus on here, Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. Now look at Bruno Fernandes. He's not getting the ball from Anthony, and he knows it. Anthony has no way of giving the ball to Fernandes, but Fernandes is sprinting anyway. Why? He's sprinting to drag Danilo with him. So now Danilo is out. What did that do? It opened this wide corridor for who? For Casemiro to make a run into this space. Anthony lays the ball to Casemiro, who is running unchecked. He's got a lot of space because Bruno Fernandes obviously took Danilo away with him. Now Casemiro has space. So now let's focus on Weghorst for a minute. So Weghorst is sprinting and positioning himself between the center halves. What he's trying to do is that he's trying to play on the shoulder of the last defender. Why is he doing this? Now, this move has two benefits. Let's talk about the first one. When you play on the shoulder of the last defender, what that does is that it actually creates a bulge in the opposition defense. It's as if that striker is actually pushing a hole deep into the opposition defense. Why? Because no defender in their right mind are actually gonna let a striker get comfortable in that position. Instinctively, they wanna see you. They wanna be looking at you. They don't want you next to them, able to make a run into goal. Don't forget that the striker has all the advantage in this kind of situation. So here Weghorst is making a run. As you can see, trying to get, look at that. The Nottingham Forest defenders, they're running as fast as him to get deep. What did this do? Well, all it did was it opened up this area right here for Antony. And this area right here, if you watch my videos regularly, I talk about it a lot, is what we call zone 14. This is the hole. That's what we call the hole. This area right here is vital. Every team needs to defend this area with their life, and every team is looking to exploit it. That's like someone putting their hand on your throat, If they do that, you cannot let them do that, because they can easily murder you if they do that, right? So you don't let them do that. And if someone does that to you, that's literally a declaration of war. So here, Weghorst, as he's moving into this space, playing on the shoulder of the last defender, he's actually pushing them into their own box, hence freeing up this space for Antony. Antony gets the ball from Casemiro, and of course, zone 14, that's a very, very good position to be in, so it's a high quality chance. Gets in the ball, and now the second benefit of Weghorst playing on the shoulder of the last defender is that he can react the fastest, and he does so in beautiful fashion. Actually, the way he finished this was with the outside of the foot, so a finish that is reminiscent of the class and nonchalance of Dimitar Berbatov. Beautiful goal. And of course, at face value, it seems just like on a first look, it seems like just another tap in, but there is so much that was going on in the 10 seconds that have led up to this goal. And so it's not just a Weghorst tap in, it's actually a great team goal where the players did not really contribute by passing the ball around as much as they contributed by making smart runs and creating space for each other, okay? Now let's look at the third goal. Now the third goal here is not about movement, but it's about this man right here, Bruno Fernandes again, who has been amazing, and he's one of the best chance creators in the world. I want you to focus on what he does, because what he does is a masterclass in playmaking. So let's see. He is looking at Malacia, and he's anticipating what's going to happen. So look at Bruno Fernandes over here. So he's looking at Malacia, and now he looks to his left. The reason he's doing that is because he wants to look and see where his forwards, where his teammates, the forwards, are positioned. Why? Because he is already thinking about what he's gonna do. So now, before Casemiro gets the ball, Bruno Fernandes is moving into this area between these two Nottingham Forest players. That's an easy pass for Casemiro, but that's a pass that propels Bruno Fernandes and puts him in a very, very dangerous position for Manchester United. So he gets the ball, and look, he already knows what he's gonna do. Oriented control that takes out this player. That's it. Bruno Fernandes now is gone. And here, credit to Pellistri. This young man right here, we definitely need to give him enough chances. I mean, now he's rusty. He's not really getting minutes. That's why in his play, I think he made a couple of mistakes in this game. But that's because he's not playing enough. He's not warmed up enough, right? But he's such a good player. He's very smart. And this run, most young players would actually make the wide run, because that's where you have most space to actually get the ball, take it easy, run at the defender, whatever. It's safer. But he's making the hard choice. He's running through the middle. Bruno Fernandes, perfectly weighted pass. He gets tackled. Elanga gets the ball, chips it towards Bruno Fernandes, who comes in late into the box, and beautiful strike. This is like a Mr. Clean strike. Could you strike it cleaner than this? No, you can't. Beautiful goal. All three goals were beautiful, and that's due to one thing and one thing only: the players' movement without the ball. So if this video shows us one thing, and it is that actually you don't need to spend, 80, 90, 100 million pounds on players every transfer window. You can actually get amazing results just by teaching the players how to move when they don't have the ball, how to create space for others. Because if you create space, listen, you can get a midfielder for 80 million pounds, and they're going to be able to create something in 2 yards of space. But then you can get a 25 million pound player and give him 5 yards of space, and he's going to be just as good as the 80 million pound one. Teams who are able to make space, to create space for their players, they are always successful. And they always find ways to score goals. And I think that one of the things that Erik ten Hag can definitely improve without requiring heavy investment is off-the-ball movement. Smart moves, smart runs by the players. And I think that if he can coach this into these current players, and then in the summer, bringing in, 3 or 4 premium targets for us to plug a few holes, mainly finding, a partner for Casemiro, a number 9, potentially a right back or a goalkeeper. I think that we're gonna be good to go next season. But what frustrates me when I saw the game yesterday, what frustrated me was, why don't we do this against every opponent? Because I know people in the comment section are gonna be like, it's just Nottingham Forest, No, what I showed you here, this is irrespective of who you are playing against. Because these are things that we make. It's not like I showed you footage of players dribbling 3 or 4 players and then scoring, and you'd be like, okay, we are playing against lower quality defenders, that's why it's happening. No, these are really smart goals, methodical goals due to very, very good off-the-ball movement by the players, hence creating space. And so this is the kind of goal that you could score against Nottingham Forest, against Carlisle, or against Manchester City. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But we have to stay consistent and keep these patterns of play. If we play this way, there is no reason why we should not get and pull ourselves back into the title race this season. And then there's no reason for us not to be competing for the title next season. So anyway, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this video analysis. If you did, please give it the thumbs up and cheers.